Selena Gomez just dropped her latest album, and within hours, the internet caught fire. Fans are convinced she's finally exposing Justin Bieber with one haunting lyric, even though Selena herself has denied any connection. But then Justin posted something online, cryptic, emotional, and perfectly timed. And everything exploded. Coincidence? Or is something deeper boiling under the surface? From brutal lyrics and nostalgic memories to social media sparks and public silence, this story runs deeper than most people realize. And today, we're diving into all of it. If you love Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber for their music, their history, or the raw emotion they've left behind, then subscribe right now, because what's coming will change how you see everything. Let's begin with what no one expected: Justin Bieber's emotional unraveling. Justin Bieber's recent behavior has sparked a wildfire of speculation, and it all ties back to Selena. It all started on March 21st when Selena Gomez and her fiancé Benny Blanco finally released their long-awaited album I Said I Love You First. Fans were already buzzing, but one lyric in particular ignited the internet. In one of the songs, Selena sings, "I should cause a scene. You've done to me." That single line stopped people in their tracks. It wasn't subtle, it wasn't vague, and for longtime fans of Jelena, it felt like a direct hit. The shared history between Selena and Justin isn't just public, it's practically carved into pop culture. Every tabloid, every headline, every breakdown, their story is woven into a generation. So naturally, everyone assumed this line was meant for him. But as always, Selena remained composed. Publicly, she denied it had anything to do with Justin. She kept it classy, calm even. In a recent interview with Spotify, she addressed the rumors gently, saying, "Listeners are welcome to interpret the music however they want." But that doesn't mean their assumptions are correct. She explained that this album wasn't just about heartbreak or failed love. It was about growing up, about loss, about change, about the deep personal things that don't always make headlines. She said the songs reflect both her journey and Benny's, the pain, the beauty, and the shared process of healing. This album, she explained, isn't just my story, it's ours. She even clarified that some tracks were inspired by her friendships, not just romantic entanglements. But despite her efforts to steer the conversation away from Justin, the fans weren't letting go, because on the very same day the album dropped, Justin Bieber made a move that threw gasoline on the fire. He posted something quiet, almost cryptic. But the timing? Too perfect to ignore. Fans rushed to decode the message, each one offering a different theory. Was it a subtle response to Selena's lyrics? Was it a show of strength, a quiet flex that he's unfazed, happy, and married? Or was it a knee-jerk reaction to the past being dragged back into the spotlight? Some saw his post as an attempt to reclaim the narrative. Others believed it was an emotional flare, a signal that he still cares, no matter how far he's moved on. And then there were those who said he was doing what he always does when Selena trends, post something that looks spiritual, but feels suspiciously timed. Reddit, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, every corner of the internet lit up with analysis. One fan wrote, "I think I get what he's doing. He's trying to prove he's happy with Hailey, but maybe Selena's album hit him harder than he expected." Another said, "Don't read into it. He's just posting like he always does. Let him live." But then, someone asked the question no one wanted to touch. How does it feel to be forgotten? A brutal comment, but it stuck. Because whether you believe Justin was reacting or not, the one thing no one could deny was that the timing couldn't have been more explosive. Fans weren't done dissecting. In fact, they were just getting started. They dove headfirst into Selena's album, analyzing every lyric like it was a puzzle hiding confessions. One track in particular sent chills down people's spines. How does it feel to be forgotten? She sings, "You're so embarrassing. Go cry where no one's watching. I can't imagine it. How does it feel to be forgotten?" It doesn't take a super fan to remember the countless times Justin was photographed crying in public. One moment in particular, him sobbing alone in his car, has become infamous. The internet never forgets. And now it seems neither does Selena. Then came another track, "Don't Want to Cry." Left the door wide open for the whole wide world to see you. Then you kiss her right in front of me like I'm not even there. Fans instantly linked that line to Justin and Hailey's whirlwind engagement. The timing, the public PDA, the feeling that Selena had to watch it all unfold while still healing. And then there's the track that really shook people, Younger and Hotter Than Me. A gut punch of a lyric, begging for more, X on my hand drawn in Sharpie. Now I use my own ID. It sounds like a throwback to those underage club days. And Selena was just 18 when her relationship with Justin began. If this wasn't about him, who was it about? Sure, Selena says she's moved on, she's engaged, she's happy. But these lyrics? They tell a story that still has blood in it. Even though Selena has clearly stepped into a new chapter of her life, fans can't help but question whether Justin has truly let go. His post felt too perfectly timed, too calculated, too reactive. It's not the first time something like this has happened. Every time Selena releases something deeply personal, Justin seems to respond. Not directly, but emotionally. And if you've been watching closely, there's a pattern. Back when Selena released Lose You to Love Me, Justin suddenly disappeared on a solo trip to the mountains. He posted quiet, moody photos, captioning them with lines like, "Took a road trip by myself to pray, think, reflect, time to get back to wifey." The timing was impossible to ignore. It looked like he was trying to clear his head or escape the noise. But to some, it looked like he was running from something. That same week, he was spotted hugging his bodyguard outside a medical facility, which only fueled speculation. Further, one fan wrote, "He sobers up just long enough to realize he got married, and it wasn't to Selena Gomez." Another joked, "Marriage kills the soul. It's okay, little millionaire. You'll survive." Harsh? Maybe. But that's the internet. Still, the real question lingered. Was this just a spiritual reset? Or something deeper? Was Justin truly looking for peace? Or still haunted by a love that refuses to let go? Not long after his retreat, Justin returned to Instagram with a message that felt different. No filters, no flexing, just words. If you're reading this, know that you have extraordinary value. You are loved, you are special. God sees you and He adores you. You are going to make it. Get some good sleep and trust that God has good plans for you. It sounded like someone who had gone through something, someone trying to speak healing into others while searching for it himself. Was it a full-blown spiritual awakening? Maybe. Or maybe Lose You to Love Me hit harder than anyone expected, stirring things inside him that had never truly settled. We don't know for sure. But what we do know is the timing was no accident. And this wasn't the end. Because while Justin was posting messages of peace, someone else was preparing for war. Hailey Bieber, his wife, stepped right into the chaos. Shortly after Selena's album dropped, Hailey posted a screenshot of the song I'll Kill You on her Instagram story. No caption, no context, just the title. And instantly, everything went nuclear. Fans assumed it was a direct shot at Selena. Was it a coincidence? Was it shade? Was it a message? Whatever it was, the internet exploded, and the narrative took another wild turn. It didn't take long for the chaos to reach critical mass. Speculation erupted. Was Hailey throwing shots? Was she feeling threatened? Theories were flying somewhere, and fans were picking sides fast. But before things could spiral further, Selena stepped in, with grace, with clarity, with purpose. She went live on Instagram, directly addressing the storm without feeding it. "I'm so grateful for the response this song is getting," she said softly, "but I do not stand for women tearing women down." Selena made it clear she had no interest in fueling feuds, online or otherwise. "I will never be okay with that, so please, be kind to everyone." She wasn't just protecting herself, she was protecting the message behind her art. "This album is about my journey, my emotions, my truth, not about revenge, not about anyone else's marriage. If you're my fans, please don't be rude to anybody. Don't say things just because you feel it in the moment." Her tone wasn't defensive, it was grounded. She wanted people to focus on what mattered, the music, the healing, the real story underneath all the noise. But, of course, in the world of celebrity culture, drama is a language some people refuse to stop speaking. To be fair to Justin, he's never pretended to be perfect. He's been honest about his struggles, his mistakes, his mental health, and how fame chipped away at his identity. He's talked about the pressure, the breakdowns, the constant spotlight. And that honesty has earned him both sympathy and criticism. But the question keeps resurfacing. Why does he always seem to react when Selena's name trends? Why does her music, her growth, her presence still get a response from him, even after all this time? Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's nostalgia. Or maybe, just maybe. The chapter isn't fully closed in his heart. Their history isn't ordinary. It was iconic, chaotic, public, and raw. They didn't just date. They collided. And when you've loved someone in front of the entire world, moving on doesn't always mean moving forward. Sometimes it just means hiding better. So whether Justin's posts are reactions or reflections, one thing is clear: the emotional residue of Jelena hasn't washed away. It lingers in lyrics, in interviews, in Instagram posts that say everything and nothing at once. Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez weren't just a couple, they were a phenomenon. A messy, magnetic love story that played out on every screen, in every headline, across an entire generation. Their romance was more than just Hollywood, it was history. It all began back in 2009. A rising Justin Bieber had just stepped into the spotlight, and Selena, already a Disney star, was blazing her own trail. Their paths crossed through mutual industry circles, and the spark was instant. By December 2010, whispers started when the two were seen together at an IHOP. Just grabbing pancakes, they said. Selena dismissed the rumors quickly, calling Justin a friend. But by January 2011, there was no hiding it. A kiss at a New Year's celebration in St. Lucia made it clear something real was happening. And the confirmation came loud and proud in February, when they walked the red carpet together at Vanity Fair's Oscars party. The internet lost it. Jelena was officially born. Their early love story felt like a fairy tale, private screenings, helicopter dates, public affection, but like all intense love stories, the cracks came fast. The first real storm hit in late 2011. Justin was hit with a paternity lawsuit, a shocking allegation that was eventually dropped, but the damage was done. Doubt crept in, and over the next year, the cracks widened. By 2012, rumors of Justin's infidelity were everywhere. He was linked to multiple women, including Victoria's Secret models like Barbara Palvin and Miranda Kerr. Every photo, every like, every unfollow became a clue in the growing mystery of their collapse. Then came the infamous Lingza Instagram post, an anagram for single. It was cryptic, cold, and devastating. By November 2012, the fairy tale was over. They officially broke up, citing scheduling conflicts. But anyone paying attention knew it was much deeper than that. Their breakup wasn't clean. It was a cycle. They were back on, then off again. One minute he was posting her photo, the next she was singing heartbreak anthems. In December 2013, Justin publicly admitted they weren't speaking, but also confessed he still loved her. It was messy, human, real, and the world couldn't look away. 2014 was a storm for both of them, personally, publicly, spiritually. Justin spiraled. Arrested for DUI? Accused of vandalism, making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Even his pet monkey became part of the chaos. Meanwhile, Selena checked herself into rehab, citing complications from lupus. But many suspected emotional burnout. Their lives were heading in opposite directions, yet somehow, they were still tied together. In July of that year, things got even messier. Justin reportedly clashed with actor Orlando Bloom in Ibiza, a confrontation allegedly triggered by lingering tension over Miranda Kerr and Selena. The night ended in punches, viral footage, and applause for Bloom. A fight over an ex? A misunderstanding? A message? No one knows for sure. But it kept the Jelena obsession alive. Later that year, Justin unfollowed Selena on Instagram. That single digital act spoke volumes. It felt like a funeral, not just for their relationship, but for whatever peace they had left. But if fans thought it was over, they were wrong. Because 2015 was about to become the most confusing chapter yet. The lost Jelena year. The kind of chapter that leaves more questions than answers. Both Justin and Selena were in and out of other relationships. Selena was briefly linked to DJ Zed, but even that felt like a distraction from the bigger story. Because by the end of the year, the sparks began to flicker again. A video surfaced. Justin in a hotel bar serenading Selena with My Girl, raw, unfiltered, public. Fans were stunned. Were they back together? Was this closure? A love letter? Nobody knew, but everyone had an opinion. Then, in 2016, Justin began publicly dating Hailey Baldwin, but the drama didn't pause. In August, Justin started posting photos with Sophia, Richie, and the internet turned on him fast. His fans weren't having it. They flooded his comments with hate, and Justin pushed back, threatening to make his Instagram private. That's when Selena stepped in, with a comment that detonated everything. "If you can't handle the hate," she wrote, "stop posting pictures of your girlfriend. It should be special between you two. Don't be mad at your fans. They love you." "Mic drop," Justin fired back. Selena clapped again. Then silence. He deleted his entire Instagram account. It was messy, ugly, and completely public. Whatever piece they had tried to rebuild was gone. Then, just when the world thought it was truly over, came the biggest twist yet. After more than a year of no public interaction, they were seen together again. It was October 2017. Selena had just broken things off with The Weeknd, and almost instantly, she was spotted having breakfast with Justin. Not a group setting, not a red carpet, just the two of them. Talking, laughing, familiar. Days later, they were photographed attending church together. Sources said Justin was doing everything to win her back. And by November, it looked like he had. The two were seen riding bikes around Los Angeles, smiling, carefree. Then came the moment fans had been waiting for. They kissed. At one of Justin's hockey games. Right there, in front of everyone. It wasn't speculation anymore. They were back. But behind the scenes, not everyone was celebrating. Selena had recently undergone a kidney transplant. Her circle was concerned. Was this reunion healing her, or reopening old wounds? Still, they tried. They spent her birthday together. They leaned into faith. They were quiet, focused, present. But by March 2018, it all started unraveling. Reports said they were on a break. Fans hoped it was temporary. But deep down, it felt like a goodbye in slow motion. Only a few months later, everything changed. Just 3 months after their final split, Justin reconnected with Hailey Baldwin. This time, it wasn't casual, it wasn't rumors. It was a full-speed love story that caught everyone, including fans, off guard. They had dated briefly in the past, but this was different. They weren't just hanging out. They were serious. Very serious. By September 2018, they were legally married. No media circus, no announcement, just a quiet courthouse wedding in New York. And then, in 2019, a second celebration, lavish and public, complete with a ceremony in South Carolina. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. The images were everywhere. Rings, vows, kisses. But the question burned underneath it all. How did Justin move on so fast from someone he once called the love of his life? Fans didn't have answers. Only theories. Had he truly let go? Or had he simply rushed to erase something too painful to sit with? Even after the wedding, even after the vows. The past refused to stay buried. Fans kept looking, dissecting. Every lyric, every post, every glance. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was obsession. Every interview, every song, every moment that even remotely hinted at Jelena lit the internet on fire. Rumors kept swirling. Some claimed Justin had never truly moved on. Others believed Selena still had feelings, hidden between the lines of her lyrics. Then came October 2022, the moment that broke the internet. Again, Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber, posing together for a photo. No tension, no shade, just smiles. It happened at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures Gala, and the image sent shockwaves through fan circles. Was the feud over? Had peace finally been made? Just weeks earlier, Hailey had appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast, setting the record straight. "I was never with Justin when he was in a relationship with anybody," she said firmly. "That's the end of it." She also opened up about the hate she'd received, how the public obsession with Jelena nearly broke her. Justin had faced his own backlash too. At the 2021 Met Gala, fans chanted Selena at him and Hailey, igniting rumors she left the event in tears. But she later clarified, no tears, just something in her eye. Still, the damage lingered. Because this wasn't just a love story anymore, it was a cultural wound that refused to heal. Even now, long after their final goodbye, Justin and Selena's story still lives in the minds of millions. They've moved on, publicly, legally, emotionally, or so it seems. But every headline, every release, every vague Instagram story still reopens old questions. Why did it feel so real? Why did it fall apart so hard? Why does it still hurt? Even for people who never knew them personally. Because it wasn't just a relationship. It was a symbol of young love, of pain, of fame's cost, of what happens when two people grow up under the world's microscope. And now, with Selena's new album pulling those memories back into the spotlight, it's like the ghost of Jelena has been summoned once again. But here's the thing. This isn't just about Selena. Justin Bieber has a long, complicated history with others in the industry, too. From Taylor Swift to The Weeknd, from Orlando Bloom to Seth Rogen, the list of celebrity feuds and fallouts runs deep. Because while the world watched Justin's music grow, it also watched his controversies multiply. Justin Bieber may have one of the most loyal fan bases in the world, but in Hollywood, he's ruffled more than a few feathers. And near the top of that list, Taylor Swift. Their relationship has been icy for years, a mix of betrayals, public jabs, and backstage tension. But it didn't start that way. In fact, Taylor once supported Justin's rise. She brought him on tour in 2009, helping introduce him to a massive audience. At the time, he was the fresh-faced kid behind One Time. But everything changed when Justin started dating Taylor's best friend, Selena Gomez. As their on-again, off-again relationship turned toxic, Taylor's opinion shifted fast. By 2013, she wasn't hiding it anymore. The infamous Billboard Music Awards backstage footage said it all. Selena greeted Justin with a smile, and Taylor responded with a look of pure disgust. It went viral instantly. No words were needed. Everyone understood exactly what that look meant. She wasn't just done with Justin, she was done pretending. But the feud didn't stop there. In 2016, it got personal and public. Kanye West released Famous, a song that included harsh lyrics about Taylor. She pushed back, but then Kim Kardashian dropped a secretly recorded phone call, claiming Taylor had approved the lyrics. The internet went into meltdown. It was betrayal meets reality TV, and right in the middle of it, Justin Bieber. Instead of staying neutral, he jumped into the fire. He posted a screenshot of a FaceTime call with Kanye and his crew, captioned, "Taylor Swift, what up?" It was taunting. It was loud. It was impossible to ignore. Justin later deleted the post and issued a soft apology. But the damage was done. Taylor never forgot. And whatever chance they had at rebuilding trust was gone for good. If anything, it got worse. Because by 2019, she was locked in a brutal battle with Scooter Braun, Justin's longtime manager, over the ownership of her master recordings. And guess who took Scooter's side? When Scooter Braun's company acquired Big Machine Records, Taylor Swift lost the rights to her own music. She was furious. To her, this wasn't just a business move, it was personal. She accused Scooter of bullying, manipulation, and exploiting her work. And right when emotions were at their peak, Justin spoke up. He shared a TMZ article in his Instagram story, one that supported Scooter's side. The headline read, "Taylor Swift free to play all her hits during AMAs. Big Machine can't stop her." Beneath it, a statement from Big Machine claimed they'd never tried to block her. To some, it looked like Justin was just sharing information. To others, it looked like betrayal. Again, especially considering their past. Taylor's fans were livid. Any hopes of healing between them evaporated instantly. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get more awkward, TMZ reported in 2020 that Taylor allegedly tried to have Justin kicked out of a private gym session in Los Angeles. She had booked the space, but he wouldn't leave. The incident was small, but symbolically, it said everything. The animosity hadn't cooled. It had just gone quiet, and Taylor wasn't the only one. Justin Bieber has built a long list of celebrity clashes over the years, some subtle, some explosive. Take Orlando Bloom, for example. What started as rumors turned into an all-out altercation. It dates back to 2012 when Justin attended the Victoria's Secret fashion show. One of the models on the runway? Miranda Kerr, who was, at the time, married to Bloom. Rumors swirled that Bieber got too close. Nothing was confirmed, but the tension was real. By 2014, that tension exploded in Ibiza. At a celebrity-filled party, Justin reportedly shouted across the room at Bloom. Whether it was taunting or just careless, it triggered something. Bloom shoved furniture aside and swung. Security jumped in fast. The punch didn't land, but the message did. And according to witnesses, people cheered. Even Leonardo DiCaprio was reportedly clapping. No one rushed to defend Justin. That moment didn't just embarrass him, it exposed the cracks in his reputation. And he didn't recover from it easily. And then there's Seth Rogen, who's never held back. He called Justin obnoxious and entitled, publicly, unapologetically. Their encounters were brief, but the impression stuck. Then there's The Weeknd, another star who didn't mince words. When asked about Justin, he didn't hesitate to throw shade, suggesting he was the superior artist in every way. Justin, of course, fired back in interviews, calling The Weeknd's music weak. And it didn't end with celebrities. Even fans have turned on him. At a Toronto Maple Leafs game in 2013 in his own hometown, he was booed. Same thing happened at the Billboard Music Awards that year. He walked on stage, and the crowd let him have it. Loud, harsh, real. For years, Justin has tried to reshape his image, leaning into faith, marriage, personal growth. And to be fair, there's been progress. But in the minds of many, the damage is already done. The question isn't whether he's changed. It's whether the world is willing to forget what they saw before the change. And that's the story of Justin Bieber, a global icon, a broken mirror, a complicated legacy still unfolding in real time. If you found this story captivating, you already know there's more where that came from. So, hit subscribe. Because the next chapter in this Hollywood saga is just getting started.